now I'm doing the activity that Dan likes the most, shopping.
Oh, sorry, got distracted. So I decided that from now on I'll always be filming here because I get good natural light, especially when it's sunny like now. I don't even have to bump the ISO to get a good exposure. Anyways, welcome to the second to last video of my Japan series. Presumably, we are now already in Matsumoto for 2 nights, and after that we are continuing on to Tokyo. I didn't record very much in Tokyo or even in Matsumoto. That always happens with me toward the ends of my travels. I get overwhelmed with everything I've recorded or taken photos of, so I really start tuning it down. Matsumoto is a beautiful city, and thanks to the great weather it was a very enjoyable experience. But as you will see in the video, it was a really quiet town. Now I don't know if it's always like that or if it is just because we were off season. The main attraction of Matsumoto is the Matsumoto Castle. But besides that, it's a very cosmopolitan city. I think it's the city in Japan with the biggest density of foreign restaurants. I've seen a lot of French, Italian or Spanish restaurants around. It was also the first time that we saw a non-Japanese behind the counter outside of Tokyo. That's enough of me talking, let's roll the video and I hope you enjoy it.
Good morning. Today we are leaving Kamikochi and we are going to Matsumoto. It's 9 a.m. in the morning right now, and it's so much warmer than it was yesterday. I mean, yesterday I was freezing, but today it's actually quite comfortable, and it also looks beautiful right now. On the way from Kamikochi to Matsumoto, we passed some of the most beautiful sceneries we have ever seen. Sadly, we were on the bus for the whole trip, so this is the only footage I have of it. This morning we had like winter temperatures, and right now it's already summer again. I think I'm going to die with these temperature changes. Check this out. Between two modern ugly buildings you have something that looks really traditional. That's pretty funny, isn't it? Now we are passing through the Nawate street, the street full of stalls, but interestingly enough, half of them seem to be closed at the moment and not many people are around, although it looks like quite a tourist attraction. I just assume that they will open in the evening maybe, or maybe we are really off season. So now we arrived at Matsumoto at our ryokan. It's called Nonori Ryokan, and this is the room we got. Also, we are completely alone on this floor. That's cool, so it will be quiet. And this is the room. Nice table with tea, of course, and some cookies or something like that. Of course, our 2 futon. And this is where we end our first day in Matsumoto. Good morning to our first full day in Matsumoto. The weather is really nice again. It's still fresh outside, but in the sun it's really comfortable right now. We are going to the castle now, and on the way we have to look something to eat, of course, because we didn't have any breakfast yet. Most of the stores are still closed, but we found this little bakery that's called Sweet, and they seem to offer morning buffets. Let's check it out. You can take how much you want for 850 yen, and it's also quite a cute locale. Just happy, except that they only have coffee and no cafe latte. to breakfast. We now are at a place called Yohashira Shrine. It's actually nothing special, but thanks to the autumn coloring, it looks really beautiful. We are now entering the grounds of the Matsumoto Castle, one of the 4 most important castles of Japan, as far as I know. One of them being Himeji, where we visited 3 years ago. And the first thing we see is like a little pond with some koi. Castle is definitely very beautiful, and with the way it is mirroring itself on the water, it just looks awesome. Seems like arms were introduced in Japan already in the mid-16th century. I didn't know that actually. Actually the oldest preserved castle in Japan. It has never been completely destroyed by fire or a hurricane or anything like that. It's definitely an interesting building and worth a visit. Fascinating to see what they built even then in the past. And they have a moon viewing room. That's where they used to spend the nights drinking sake and observing the moon. Just had lunch in this store. It's called, in the store, restaurant, bistro, I don't know, cafe. It's called Healthy Penguin Cafe. Really? Yeah. Cafe, yes. It's really hipster. It's a vegan cafe as far as I see. And the owner is a Scottish man. We're really surprised when we entered the store and we saw the guy at the bar being a Scottish and no Japanese. But yeah, he's got a Japanese wife and that explains it. Actually, but it was really good, so I can recommend it. We are pretty tired. We are also a little bit sick today, and the town seems pretty sleepy at the moment. So we thought we'd go to the big mall.
Now I'm doing the activity that Dan likes the most: shopping.
Check this out! So many instant noodles. That's insane. Looks so good. Even plastic looks good in Japan. We want to eat plastic.
So yeah, that was Matsumoto. It is a nice little town with a beautiful castle, but it seemed to be really quiet, so I don't know. I assume that it's because we were off season. I wouldn't spend more than 2 nights there, except if you want to try all the different restaurants that you have there, but it's still worth a visit if you are in the area. Anyways, on the next video we will make our way to Tokyo finally, where we will spending the next 4 nights, or was it 5 nights? I don't really remember. I still don't know if I will be doing 2 or just 1 video about the time we spent in Tokyo. It depends on how I feel when I'm editing the footage. So this is it for now. Thank you very much for watching and see you next time.